Good morning, beautiful people. I'm pretty sure some of you are a little bit upset because of the post that I made yesterday towards women truckers. This does not apply to all women truckers. It applies to those who are actually out there and just not respecting the game of trucking. If you only knew the price that some women had to pay long before the current ones that are out there. I'm talking about the newbies. These are what I call youngsters because I'm 56. No shame in my game. These youngsters have a different idea of what it means to be a driver. And while they are doing the job, and I'm not saying all of them are like this, while they're doing the job, they're sexualizing a lot of the things. And really, it's really dangerous to play this game, because I have friends who have been beaten. I have friends who have been raped. I have friends who have been shot to death in their truck. And it's just not fair, and it's not right. And if I don't speak up about what I'm seeing in this industry right now, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? You're talking to a veteran driver right now. I've had my CDL for 32 years. I didn't have to sexualize who I was to do my job and get paid. It doesn't matter if you're company, lease, or an owner-operator. Taking pride in how you look, that's amazing. That's beautiful. But here's what you're not looking at. The bigger picture is here. You're putting yourself out there in a sexual manner. Somebody is looking at your truck number on these videos. Somebody is not in the right state of mind when it comes to you. You have to start thinking about your safety in the same way that you go to your house, you leave your house, you go to a mall or wherever it is that you go. You're looking around, you're paying attention. When you go back to your home at night, for those of you who do, you're making sure all your doors are locked. You're doing all the things to protect yourself. And so you got to start thinking about that in terms of this trucking industry. I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. While there's a lot of women who are out there and they're putting positive content out there, I appreciate y'all so much. But there is a whole nother group of women who, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be cute. Please understand me. I take pride in how I look. I'm not saying that. You guys, some of you are just putting everything out there. Like you don't have no respect for yourself, for others, or this industry. And it took a lot for some of us to come in this industry, guys. When I went to truck driving school, I was the only woman in my class. And I had men actually tell me I need to go home and take care of my kids. I'm thinking to myself, that's what I'm trying to do. This is why I'm in truck driving school, because I want to be able to take care of and support my family. You know, I don't expect all of you to understand, but for those of you who are wise, just consider me auntie. I'm going to be auntie. I'm going to be coaching you because I love this industry. It has been good to me in those 32 years. I've made great money. I didn't have to sexualize who I was. And if you want to sit there and say that I'm old school and old fashioned, you call me whatever you want to. When I was growing up, I was raised by some very strong black women. And those women taught me how to represent. Period. Now we've got a lot of young women who are coming into trucking who have all kinds of issues. And I'm not saying this applies to everybody, but hear me when I say this. your issues follow you into everything that you do. It doesn't matter if it would have been trucking, if you were working in an office environment, your issues follow you wherever you go. So if you're coming into trucking, or you're in trucking and you have attention issues, you have daddy issues, you have the need to be seen and recognized, all of that begins to play out in how you carry yourself from day to day in this industry. And what I'm trying to talk to you about right now really isn't as much about how you're presenting yourself as it is about safety. You have got to think about that. You have got to think about, there are people out there that do not have good intentions, and they're around you while you're doing all these videos, while you're presenting yourself in this sexual manner, while you think that's cute. You're out there, some of you are out there by yourselves, and you're positioning yourselves and other women to be in harm's way. That was the point of my video. It was not to tell you that you shouldn't be cute. It's how you do it. And like, I'm really over the disrespect that you guys are having for yourselves. This only applies to those who are doing it. I'm over the disrespect. It's time out for us not saying anything. All of us women who've been in this industry for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years even, paying a price to get the job done. You do not have to sexualize who you are to make money in the trucking industry. It's great that you're sharing your story and you're sharing, what type of trucking that you're doing. That's what we want to see. But let me tell you something. If what you're doing is trying to attract so much attention to you, and then you wonder why these men are approaching you, or it could be the same sex, keeping it 100. The reason why they're coming for you is because of how you put yourself out there. Please stop it. Show the world how you do your job, and do it with class. Do it with excellence. Do it with taste. Represent the brand that you roll in. It doesn't matter what company you work for. You're rolling, so you're getting paid. Represent that brand well. Let that company know that you appreciate the opportunity that you have to drive for them by how you present yourself. Having all these numbers of, how many people are following you, that is not what is important. What is important is how you represent. The brand that you are driving would not appreciate you sexualizing who you are. If it's a good brand. I know the brand that I have or I represent them with class, and I do it every single day that I come to work. You don't have to do this, okay? You guys step up your game and become the true queens of the road that you should be. Be queens. Tell us your story. Tell us how you came into trucking. Tell us how you are supporting your family. Tell us the kind of money that you're making as a single woman or a married woman or a team driving woman. Tell us your story without the sexual aspect of it. Men are gonna look at you no matter what because you're driving that truck. Add value to what you're putting out there in your content. You got them because you look cute. Okay, that's great. Now start giving us the value of who you are and why you came in this industry and what you intend to do to be a representation, a good one, of that thing. That's all I'm saying. And that was the whole point of that video yesterday. I just had enough. I've seen enough. You would be surprised at what I've seen in the last week. It just makes no sense. So I want to see you be better, and that's all this is about for me. This is not personal. This is about you excelling, personal growth.